Everybody, welcome back to our episode of FSi DFS Fantasy Baseball Picks. I'm your host, Mike Roy, 31. Day game slate for this Thursday. 8 gamers starting at 110. So, a couple of weather concerns we have. Toronto, Kansas City, about 70% chance of rain. I don't know if they could wait it out and play that one later on. And then Coors, maybe about 30% chance of rain. But in Coors, they played in rain a lot. So, the only thing that kind of scares me about it is they are divisional rivalries, and at least San Diego will have to go back to course at some point this season. So, I mean, it's easier to make that one up than a one-off team that you're not going to see again. So first game, Boston and the Guardians. Cleveland is favored here. I think the totals are really low. I know the wind's blowing in. It says 10 miles per hour, 50 degrees, but Boston started to hit it recently, and I think that, with O'Neill back in the lineup and Devers, if he's back in the lineup, I know he's been dealing with some injury issues all season. I think that really changes the lineup, and McKenzie has given up some hits. So the Chase Anderson going for Boston. I also saw Bello. I'm just not touching that situation. That's why I have it in the far right column as a fade. And then McKenzie, I mean, I think you're okay. Like Boston, if you look at it, has a 26% K rate, but with these other guys coming back in the lineup, that lowers a little bit. So there are some strikeouts here, but it's not super bad. So McKenzie, I think, is in play, but not one of my favorites. Boston, I like him as a cheaper stack, especially if you go down a little bit. Like you're paying 5K for Duran, Devers, or O'Neill, but if you go below that, everybody's 3K or less. So I mean, if you take one of the bigger bats, it works out for you. Cleveland, I'll have to see. Brennan's been pretty hot, so we'll have to see if he's in the lineup. He should be against the righty there, but they don't have a ton of power here, but they can put up runs also. Philadelphia at Cincinnati Reds. Great American Small Park, wind blowing in a little bit here, 6 miles per hour, but it's a smaller park, so there should be some decent hitting. Wheeler, really like him as my SP1 here. Cincinnati also has a 26% K rate. They just are not patient as a young team with hitting. Looks like they should get some players back if they're not back already from this illness that's been going through the team. I think India was one of them that was out, and uh, Fraley was the other one, I think, but I don't see him in the projected lineup. Wentz has been leading off recently and doing pretty good there. But anyways, Wheeler, yes, love him. Probably gonna be my SP1 in cash. Nick Martinez, and then maybe a bullpen game. Don't like that, and also not touching that situation. Philly is probably one of my favorite stacks on the slate here. Um, so Harper might be joining them back from paternity leave, so there's a nice narrative there. If not, Marsh hitting in the 4 spots, pretty decent. So like some Phillies bats here. The Reds, they just need a contrarian stack. Again, like Benson maybe as a one-off, he's just been doing really well. Uh, that was a pretty exciting competitive game yesterday, so maybe I don't think we'll see the same today, but who knows? That's why they play the games. White Sox and Twins, Soroka and Simeon Wood Richardson came in to give, especially over another day off. Wood Richardson, this was the plan for him to come up and join the rotation. He's only 4K just to add some length and depth to it. He's a decent strikeout pitcher. I mean, his ERA, if you look at it, and it was pretty bad. I think it was like maybe 5 or 6. So it'll probably give up a couple runs. But the White Sox are just so bad. They have such a decent K rate that you can target them. That I think Wood Richardson is definitely in play here. For 4K, he doesn't need to do that much. He can get probably enough strikeouts, even if he's out there 3 or 4 innings. I wouldn't play on FanDuel. I don't know if he's in the player pool because he probably won't go long enough to get the quality start. But I mean, he is stretched out. This is not an opener situation for 4K. I think he's a great value for cash games. Soroka on the other side, I'm not touching. He hasn't broken double-digit fan or DK or FanDuel points all season long, even going like 3 or 4 innings. So, and even though the Twins do have a decent K rate, I think they've gotten healthier and gotten some people back in this lineup. And, it's just a matter of time before they get Royce O'Neal back in Korea and they could get hot and start, you know, hitting the ball. So Soroka, no. Simeon Woods, like White Sox. I mean, if you want to take a chance there, it makes sense for cheap bets. And then Minnesota, I think is my favorite cheap stack to throw in there. Blue Jays and Royals, not gonna spend a lot of time on this. I like both pitchers, Barrios and Cole Reagans. We'll see if Reagans can bounce back after that his last rough start against the Orioles. Barrios has been strong all season long. Kansas City, I know, is only has like a this has a sub 20% K rate, and they've been hitting pretty well. But I think Barons has stuff. But with the wind blowing in at 18 miles per hour, that should really help both pitchers here. But there's like a 70% chance of rain all day long, as I said. But it dips down to like only like 50%. So this might turn into an evening game at like 7 o'clock. I know they don't want that. Try probably as a getaway day for the Blue Jays or the Royals if they're going on to another series someplace else. So we'll see what happens with this game. But again, if it does play, I do like the pitchers. And I'm not, the bats would just be like GPP plays or leverage plays because I don't think they'll have much ownership with the rain, the wind, and the pitching. So that's against them. Houston and the Cubs. Wind blowing in here a little bit. 9 miles. Justin Verlander is back. He did look bad in his first start, so I think he's in play here. I might change around the sheet here. I think I like Yamamoto better. And Barrios, I'd really like if the weather was decent. But Verlander, even though he did good, he was still getting hit hard in that one. So, and this Cubs team is it's just been pretty good. I mean, they did lose a bat in Bellinger. He crashed into the wall trying to make uh, should have been the easier catch, but I think the wind caught it and he was like juggling around and stuff and got pulled from the game. Monday, he's on the IL now for 10 days. He should be fine when he gets back. But Talkman has actually moved up, and Talkman's been hitting pretty well too. So I think it's not bad. And they brought up Matt Mervis also, so there's another in the lineup that has some potential. So Verlander again, it's not bad, but he is 41 years old. He will probably get some strikeouts. Like he'll probably go 5 or 6 innings. He doesn't look like he was dusty, but just a hard contact against him has me concerned. Aside on the other side, pitched gem last time out. Like he's a kind of like having a quietly good season here. And Houston is having like a quietly bad season. They're still Houston, but they just haven't been hitting and producing runs, and they're losing games. It's just uncharacteristic. So I have to see what happens. And maybe it's pitching, maybe it's not batting, maybe it's the whole package. I don't know, but we'll have to figure that out. So bat wise, Houston's definitely a GPP, but I really like Assad, so I'm almost more maybe a leverage play. And the Cubs, I think, could be probably my number 4 top stack against Verlander, um, especially the lefties like Talkman, Happ, Bush, a little maybe they'll move Mervis up the lineup. That'd be nice too. Crow Armstrong might make a return too, and he was hitting the ball really well when he first came up last year too. So keep an eye on him as a cheap bat in the outfield at 2.5. Next up, we have the Mariners and the Rangers, Castillo and Heaney. Castillo, I think, even though Texas is Texas, I think he's okay. Um, Again, he's kind of priced in no man's land here. I'd probably rather pay up for Weaver or Yamamoto or go down to like Assad or McKenzie or Reagan if that game plays. So I don't know how much ownership he's going to get here. I think he's okay. Like, but Texas does not strike out much. They're number 3 in Major League Baseball with only a 19.3 K rate. So I mean that's something to consider there too. So Castillo's in play, but not my favorite play. Let's just say that. Heaney, I think a lot of people say fade, but with the way Seattle's been striking out with the second highest clip in Major League Baseball at almost 27%, then I think he's definitely in play. Yes, could he give up some hits? Yes, have we seen some life with Julio Rodriguez starting to hit a little bit? So I think I play this both ways. I think that you're probably going to see an all right-handed lineup here. Um, Crawford had tightness, so he got pulled. So Julio probably will lead off here unless they move like Moore or somebody up there to um forget who they had lead off yesterday. But I know Crawford was scratched, and he went through pregame warmups and stuff, so maybe it was just tweak something, and maybe give an ice bath or heat or something will be fine for today's game. So we get to keep an eye on that. But probably a ton of righties here against Heaney, so I think I'll play Heaney for the strikeouts as a cheap pitcher, and I think I'll also play some of the right-handed bats as a stack for Seattle just to see which way that one goes. Coors Field, like I said, about 40% chance of rain all afternoon. They have played through rain many times there. Wind is really light, 6 miles per hour, is blowing across the field, but it's going to be 76 degrees, so it's going to be warmer there. So Vasquez, I think, in play here at 5'6". He's not a horrible pitcher, probably won't go super deep, but at 5'6", I think he can pay off his price tag. Uh, the Rockies just haven't been hitting even at Coors, besides like on Monday. Uh, but then that was more towards the bullpen versus starter. Dakota Hudson, I'm not interested in at all. So if the weather does hold up, San Diego will be my second favorite stack behind the Dodgers. And then Colorado was always here. I consider him as the top GPP stack hitting in course. But the San Diego bullpen isn't that bad. I think they'll be okay against the Rockies. So, but still, it is course. So she got to take that consideration. And then finally, we have the Dodgers and the Nationals. So Yamamoto against Gore. Yamamoto, I think, is definitely in play here. Nationals lineup got a little bit weaker with Thomas. He's stole base and like tweaked his MCL, I think. So he's got a strained knee. He'll be on the IL for 10 days. So I don't know if I think they're bringing up Trey Limscomb, and it's just there's a couple nice hitters in this lineup. Uh, if they move up, I don't. Some of the batters maybe play around with it, see, but I still think Yamamoto's going to be fine. Gore on the other side, like he can get some strikeouts, and uh, Tony Freeman, Muncy, yeah, they can hit, but they struggle a little bit against lefties, so it's probably gonna be an all right-handed lineup here. So I think Gore could be in play. I do have him on the fade list, but I might rethink that and move him over to the medium one just to yeah, because it's a smaller slate and he could be kind of sneaky, have a little bit of upside there. So we could let's do that. Bet wise, Dodgers, I'd stick to the righties here. So Betts, Smith, Teoscar Hernandez hits lefties really well. Mages has had an amazing night last night. So Ross and Kiki Hernandez, if you want to throw him in, I'm okay with that. We'll have to see. But if they keep like Outman and Lux in the lineup and there's still lefties there, then definitely just makes me want to play Gore a little bit more in GPPs. And the Nationals, like I said, if Young's in the lineup, he's got some speed, but again, I don't see him in the preliminary one. So, but Abrams as a one-off is decent. I don't think there's a lot I really want to play here against Yamamoto. So, uh, pitching wise, like I said, Wheeler's the one I'm looking at. Verlander, it's okay, but at least the wind's blowing in Wrigley a little bit. But the Cubs have been kind of hot, so I don't know if I want to tempt fate with that one. Yamamoto, I I think it's definitely solid there. Barrios, if the weather holds, I think is a good play, and Castillo's take it or leave it there. Aside, like I really like this mid range. McKenzie, even though the Red Sox have been hitting better, Reagan's like is a good bounce back spot here for him. Like the Blue Jays have not shown up sometimes here, and then Gore I think is intriguing. But Wood Richardson, I really like him there. 4K, I think that's a safe play in cash. Heaney, I like the upside for the strikeouts, and Vasquez also in GVPs, and then Hudson, Boston, Martinez, and Soroka. I'm not playing. Favorite stacks, Dodgers, especially the righties. San Diego, of course, weather is okay, but like for like more of like a stack, I think Philly and Cleveland against the Boston bullpen game or whatever is going to happen there is very good plays. Colorado, you're obviously going to consider Houston if they can show up. Asad's been solid. The Cubs against Verlander, I think, are very intriguing. And then Seattle, and then the cheap. I like the cheap bats here, like Minnesota, Boston. Uh, White Sox and Washington, maybe there are some cheap pieces there. And then for just leverage against good pitching, Cincinnati, Toronto, KC because of the weather, and then Texas against Castillo could be a sneaky stack there. So let's look at the builds, get you on your way for your day here. So give me Wheeler as the pitcher, and for SP2, I'll let you decide who you want. If you want to take like an Assad or somebody in the mid range, or take Wood Richards, that's fine. And I'm stacking Minnesota and Philly. I like how it works out here. Jeffers, if you can get up to Real Muto, if you drop down off Wheeler, I'm fine with that. First base, Harper, or I think Krylov for Minnesota fits there. Julian at second, Bomb at third. If you try to go Harper or try to pay up there, do like a wraparound and put like Farmer from Minnesota in the stack. But Larnish is definitely a piece that I want here. Schwarber, if you want to pay up for it, if you want to save some salary, Marsh works there, and then you could probably put like Kepler in the outfield or somebody else to round it out. But I'm sticking with Minnesota and Philadelphia there for cash. For GPP, give me Yamamoto or Barrios if he's available. It gives me a little bit more money to spend on bats. And Assad is who I want there. Will Smith, first base, like Dahlbeck's usually 2K there. I wouldn't play Freeman. If there's a one-off that you like, I'm fine with that too. Second base, I mean, bets can go there too. Reyes or there's usually a couple of guys from the Red Sox that could probably pop in there. Devers is back in the lineup at third base. I would play a Dodger at third base just because you have, well, um, it'd be a lefty and probably be Muncy. Um, so bets again at shortstop there. Again, I think maybe if there's somebody cheap for Boston. You can put that in there. But O'Neill and Pages is who I want for my outfielders. And then if Kiki fits in there, or if you want to go, um, if you can get up to like Duran or somebody like that from the Red Sox, that's fine. Or take a cheap one off to make your stack work. Larnish is super cheap. If just throw him in there in GPP as well as cash, I'm fine with that. So I got for you. If you have any questions, put in chat below. Hit me up MegaRuler31 on Twitter/X. Again, remember it's a day game, so there's only one night game tonight. So it's only a showdown slate. It'll be unless some of these games move back, but they won't be on the DK slate. So huge slate on, I think it's a 13 game slate on Friday so at 7:05. So that's gonna be crazy for McKinley to break down tomorrow. Um, and again, if these videos help us back, you can like the video, subscribe to our channel, or share with your friends. And if you want more fresh FSi DFS, like I said, especially as these weekends approach and you add in soccer, we have NBA playoffs going, NHL playoffs going, PGA. It's a weird format this week, but we're trying to cover it for you. I don't know if there's DFS for it, but we should have information out there for you to at least be able to bet on it. I think it's a match play or something like that. So there are opportunities to play many sports. It's only $6 a day, and the rest of our packages are pretty cheap too. So just check out the price page in the description of the video. So thanks for watching. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to try to work with McKinley to get some Saturday videos out. I know that You players really appreciate that because there's not much coverage or things to help you out on the weekend. Sundays are almost impossible with us with my work schedule and things I do at church and NASCAR and stuff. So, but if we at least get Saturdays out, like both slates for you, that's kind of helpful for you. So we got for you. Thanks for watching. Good luck in your contest. I'll see you next time.